true or false?
Alright, so blackpenredpen uploaded a video asking if this is true or false, where square root of -3 squared, both it can be cut out, will be cancelled and become -3. So is this true or false? I'll tell you the answer right now. It's false. Okay, that's false for two reasons here, okay? One, right, there's a rule. I'll write a rule down. My U is not a U today. There we go. Rule is that we all know square root of 9 is equal to 3. But we all also know that -3 squared with parentheses would be equal to 9, right? So technically, square root of 9 can be -3. No, this is incorrect. Okay, so why? Because there's a rule, right, stating that all positive, answers for square root has to be positive, okay? So that's one thing he got wrong here. So the answer here is negative, which is obviously wrong already. There's actually another second thing. There's a second reason why. So let's say we have, let's say we have parenthesis square root of -3 here. And we have this right here. The original answer in the original equation, okay, of the question. So this two. Okay, so we don't know these two can cancel immediately, but over here we do proofs. You know, we don't do other stuff. We just do, we have to prove it. So because we're doing no calculator, because using calculator is not fun, so we can take this. This has the same definition of square root of 3 multiplied by I, and these all squared. Okay, so by definition, the square root of I is equal to -1, because a note here, square root of -1 is equal to I. That's an imaginary unit, okay? So back to here, the I squared by definition would be equal to -1. So it will be the square root of 3 multiplied by -1. So square root of 3 multiplied by -1 here. The square root of 3 multiplied by -1 here would be -3 here. And this squares cancel out, so it's gonna be 3 times -1, so the answer is -3 here. And remember, this is a value of, it's just not a square root. Like we know that there's a rule, right, stating this. Then I just wrote earlier that it has to be positive, but this thing isn't only just square root. There's a square here, so the answer is there's that. But what about the original equation? So this original equation, since the square is inside the square root, we have to work out the number inside first. So okay, so note right here, another note. Okay, so let's say we have like a square root of x squared. We have to work inside first before we can value, like, let's say x squared here, now it's y, so we have to work out the y. And that's how we have it. We have to work out the insides first before we do the outside. So okay, so back here, square root of -3. So negative number multiplied by negative number, because there's a parenthesis, we have to work out in the negative is also included. So negative times negative, we get a positive number, and then 3 squared is 9. So this would be 9, and the answer should be 3. It should not be -3. So the answer is false here.